Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining me today on the Talk with Dr. Shae on Survival TV. So today I want to talk to you about being still, right? We're all kind of forced to be still in some ways during the stay-at-home order. And so I want to really highlight the value in having the opportunity to be still. But as I thought about this topic, I immediately started having flashbacks of my grandmother who would say, be still, right? And we knew what that meant. And she really taught us well what it means to sit still, because if you didn't, you got a good thump. And I know some of you could probably relate to that. But there was value in teaching us to be able to just be still sometimes, right? And staying home, we're learning a lot about ourselves without our crutches, right? Things that we have had to lean on when we get caught up in the busyness of life. And so we have become too used to being busy all the time. And you discover how you truly feel about who you are and how you're really doing when you have to be still with yourself, right? Our bodies really weren't designed to be busy. But because we're adaptable creatures, we have adapted, right? I mean, so we have really started, sadly, to operate like machines in the interest of growing technology and expectations for us to go faster and faster and faster. But our bodies weren't designed to live this way. So there are some benefits to kind of forcing us to kind of slow life down a little bit, even though it's challenging for most of us, myself included. I want us to see value in what we can do with the time that we have to be with ourselves. The increase in busyness has not been good to us, right? And so it hasn't been good to our health, hasn't been good to our habitat and our natural environments. It's come with some consequences of some stress-induced and stress-related illnesses, so gastrointestinal disorders, high blood pressure. Because we're going so fast, it's affecting our eating habits, which is linking it to diabetes, migraines, pain-related disorders, because we're always moving, right? And so our body, in order to recharge, really needs the opportunity to relax, right? To ignite the parasympathetic system in our bodies. Busyness is also causing some disruption to our natural primal instincts. So our primal instincts are responsible for survival, drive, and instinct, which requires some energy, some rest, and some balance. And we've seen some development in the recent years of a whole industry of mindfulness techniques for sale, right? So you've got lots of apps and online programs and workshops. All these are really good. So I'm not downplaying these. We've just really seen an industry that really is focused on helping us get back to being present and get back to being restful and mindful. I know though, for some people, when you think of mindfulness, you think of yoga and cross-legged, boring, guided meditations with a monotone voice in the background telling you to hug yourself and close your eyes and think of your happy place and feel the breath coming through your nose. And for some, like, it's uninteresting. And admittedly, sometimes I can be one of those people. It really has to be mindfulness that works for me culturally, but just also works with my personality and what it is that I need to hear in the moment. So I want you to know that there are lots of culturally relevant approaches out there that I encourage you to explore before you decide that mindfulness is not a thing for you. But the overall goal is that mindfulness doesn't have to be this prescribed intervention. It's great if it works for you. So for some people, having that prescribed, using the app every day, doing yoga, for some people that works really well. But for others, you might have to get away from solely relying on created content in order to be healthy or in order to be mindful. I find this occasionally if I ask someone, what's your physical activity look like? And I might get a response like, well, I don't have a gym membership or I can't afford a gym membership. And I'm thinking, so do you have access to a floor? Right? Because if physically able, some push-ups, some sit-ups, some planks, that could go a long way. But we have gotten into a frame of thinking that we have to rely on some of these costly prescribed things in order to practice healthy lifestyles and mindfulness techniques, you have the resources that you need. And there's a whole outside, right, waiting for us. Nothing but space and opportunity for us to take advantage of. So know that you already have what you need. Mindfulness is merely allowing yourself the opportunity to breathe, reflect, and be still in the present moment. It allows us to recognize what our primal brain needs to stay charged. So one form of mindfulness is body mindfulness. And this is like how to tell what you feel by where you experience tension in your body. You can do this through what we call body scans. And this is just sitting still with either no sound or calming sound and consciously checking in with your body to see where you might feel tension. So you may feel it in your shoulders, your stomach, your ankles, your feet. And it gives you an opportunity to know where you are putting the most tension in your body. We also hold our emotions in different parts of our body. So I know when I'm stressed and overwhelmed, if I have a migraine, my shoulders hurt, or my stomach is in knots. And so it's important for us to sometimes take moments to just sit still and do some good body scans. One of the best mindfulness activities, though, for me in terms of spiritual mindfulness is prayer in the shower. Refreshing spiritual energy with a meditative song in prayer. In college, I was a part of the University of Michigan Gospel Chorale, and we had a song it was a warm-up song that we did for worship, and the lyrics to the entire song was meditate on him. And just the opportunity to meditate on him, right? Not asking for anything, not thinking of any fancy spiritual words to put in a prayer, just pure meditation to renew the primal brain's need for spirituality to guide survival, drive, and instinct. And even if it doesn't have to be religious. So spirituality isn't about being a part of a religion, right? Whatever you feel like you need to keep your spiritual energy recharged, do that, right? Find opportunities to meditate for whatever way works for you. I also encourage mindful eating. So, Western culture, like eating is really an emotional experience for us. Now, we really don't take enough time to be selective and intentional about what we eat because we're busy, right? I mean, we are just going and going and going. This is the reason why the fast food industry has been so successful, because we don't have time to think about eating. I don't have time to prepare it. We just want a meal, right? And sometimes we're eating so fast, we're practically drinking our food. So there's something to be said about starting with your grace, right? Or an opportunity for thankfulness. Taking your time as you eat and understanding what you're putting in your body directly connects to your emotional health. So mindful eating is a really good thing for you to really explore and integrate into your healthy lifestyles. I also encourage mindfulness as a guide in relationships. So I think in relationships we're also moving pretty quickly, right? And we're not taking enough time to sort of pace and think through friendships that are healthy for us and friendships and relationships that are not healthy for us. And so this is when you see, and it can be kind of scary to see when people fall in love, right? And sometimes that's exactly what happens. they fall in love and they haven't really taken the opportunity to think about whether or not this is something that's going to work with them, right? So not spending enough time on who this person is in the present moment. And so people may be falling in love with a person's past or person's future. So using mindfulness in the present moment can be really helpful to assess the health of your relationships, to see if a person's energy is going to be able to meet yours. The other part of reflecting in relationships, of course, is values alignment, right? So making sure that who you meet, who you are interested in, also aligns with your values. So I encourage you all to kind of do some research. If you have a smartphone, play around in the App Store, identify opportunities to be still. And you don't even need technology to do it. Pick up a book, write out some mantras, participate in some art activities, enjoy some fresh air, read your Bible, whatever you find is important and valuable to you that keeps you recharged. Mindfulness is important to the soul. Thank you. If you have questions, if you have ideas, if you'd like me to elaborate, or if you're seeking support, please feel free to email me at thetalkwithdrshae@thevillageleap.com. Thank you.